This is me revisiting my previous attempt on doing long exposures both on film and digital. Technically speaking, I've shot long exposures before, and this began back winter 2022, 2023, and here are some pictures, for example. However, I didn't think too much about it until a year later when I made my first photography video here, when I went to a road trip in Colorado. And in that video, I learned the importance of using light as a way to describe emotion and meaning through time. It was one of my proudest moments in my photography career, since it opened my mind up to not only using light as a way to shape and create images, but also told me to slow down in my photography work, something I still value to this day. For a couple months after that project, I went into a complex yet creative change in my work. The start of my spring 2024 work brought feeling to a level I was afraid I didn't know I was able to achieve. From then I knew what I wanted when it came to long exposures. It wasn't me thinking, oh, I want this certain moment to be a photo. It was me feeling that I needed to capture that moment. They weren't anything grand to an extent. And I mean that as in, I didn't see them through the lens of an audience. They were me. I felt something and I wanted that feeling to be remembered, hence the name of that project that I started. That project expanded a successful chapter in my work. I knew when I finished my last project on shooting colorful images during the spring, I wanted to revisit my previous work on long exposure photography. Now the difficult task, at least for me, was learning what I learned from my Nikon to a new system. Rest in peace, my Nikon. So I upgraded to the Sony FX2. Now before I have any of you guys crash out in the comments, let me tell you something. I really don't care. I like this camera. So you will see a mix of scenarios I put the FX2 in, meaning not everything here will be shot at night. In fact, I think this video is more a video about the camera than it is about the project, and I just slapped a project onto a video about this camera. Yeah. Everything here was filmed with this camera. In fact, I'm shooting with it right now. All the photos were shot from this camera. And I want to talk about the filming. This thing is a dream. And it has a documentary feel, at least for the video, which was unintentional. But then I look back at my other work, and it's usually always documentary heavy. I began filming this video during late July with my friend's FX30. Here you'll see me explore parts of Kenosha, mainly messing around, but trying to get an idea out. This is definitely my favorite image from that night. I noticed a green light across the street from this photo, so I wanted to spread it all over the image, and I think it came out pretty nice. So what is this new project? To put it simply, I knew I wanted to revisit long exposure photography, and I also wanted to revisit my previous project, which you can check out here. To begin with, I started with mapping out a route from Kenosha, stretching over 20 miles and ending in rural areas throughout Wisconsin. And over time, I would add new locations I explored to make the map much more interesting. As you can see, the map is pretty vast, divided into 3 locations. More importantly, there are some photos taken throughout the day. You're probably wondering, Angel, are you stupid? I thought this video was about long exposure photography during the night. Why are there day photos? And you're right. And Noctivagant isn't even a correct sentence. This video isn't all about night photography. Guys, I don't think I'm even real. But like the good boys and girls you guys are, a long video and some decent photos makes for a good time. So grab some snacks and maybe a Baja Blast and enjoy the video. After the end of July, I still had my Nikon Z5, which was heartbreaking. I mean, I've been in need of an upgrade, especially for something that could tackle videography better. And so I finally got my hands on the new FX2. And it was great. I spent as much time as I could to test out its capabilities. I was quickly falling in love with it. I've already shown a few photos, but I really want to talk about how happy I am with this one. The pastel colors are great. The motion from the plastic on the window, the insulation, and the American flag in there is wonderful. The color orange is used really well here, I think. I originally wanted to take pictures of this area in Kenosha that night. Instead, I wandered around and filmed the boats and water. However, something changed and I ended up driving miles out west in search of an abandoned house I found online in the middle of nowhere. When I arrived, I no longer felt like taking pictures here, as I felt the daytime for this location didn't work out. So I went home and decided to wait for the nightfall. This time, however, I went to Illinois in search of this abandoned building I found online. Angel, what is this light? Well, my camera just does that. No, but for real, I was just messing around with this Godox light I bought in the TikTok shop and wanted to mess around with it and got this. What's that? Are you scared? I get it. I'm gonna try to get this picture here. The next day I went back to the house from yesterday and proved myself that the night looked better, and I think it did. I love this image here. I like that I can see the stars in the sky and the blue light I left in a small building. I think this is a good photo. This one is also cool. Well, it's red, but it's cool. I also went back to this baseball park from days prior, this time at night. My friends wanted to tag along with me, so I took them along. They were also feeling like exploring abandoned areas in the dark. The only way. Some of the floor parts are missing, so watch where you step. Patron will show you.
Is it really low, like the floor?
No, it's 2 stories. Well, we can go actually. Let's go all together.
Oh, hell no.
Damn, look at this fucking thing.
What?
Oh, shoot.
Dude, don't do that. Why not?
Oh, shit. This one's a little unsettling. There's some green, weird stuff growing on the insulation. My guess is some form of mold, but I could be wrong. I think now's a great time to talk about the video capabilities of the FX2. I'm not that informed when it comes to camera stuff and color grading, but the LUT I'm using here is a mix of one I purchased a couple years ago. However, I wanted to bring out a softer touch on skin tones and warm colors. So I ended up creating my own LUT, and I think it looks really nice. I'm still trying to see how to make it less cool during the night, but with practice, I think I'll be able to get something that's really cool. I also enjoy filming on Sony's Cine EI exposure mode. I don't know why it's hard to say that like back to back, but that exposure mode is my favorite from the camera as far as recording goes. I'm not a big fan of the digital look in modern cameras. So this exposure mode kind of gives me like a safe space to get that film look back because of the ISOs you can switch to from 800 to 4000. And I tend to shoot on 4000 a lot more, mainly because I kind of like the flexibility when it comes to shooting in lower light situations. And it just gives like a nice like touch to it in post, I think, so far. But I could be wrong, and I'm just like, I just need the 4000 rather than the 800. In this photo, you may recall a close resemblance to a few photos I took a couple years ago. I always wanted to come back to this location. I'm not exactly sure why, but something about the cars I left here at night feel nostalgic. And in this case, this photo feels like a fuzzy memory from a strange dream. It was now October, and my friend invited me to explore this abandoned house near I-40. I was surprised that it was hidden in plain sight because I often drive near this area. I'm not sure why it's kind of difficult for me to explain photos. I kind of just like wish I could just show you and be like, yeah, I'm showing this because I like it. Because in this photo, I just saw a string in the foreground, and I wanted to frame it, but I wanted the background in focus, not the string. And I kind of got this, where it's like this blurry object, like string, in the main focus of the frame, but you also got the background in focus. And I think it looks pretty cool. And right behind me was the house itself. I think I wanted to get like a horror vibe to the setting. And if I remember, I think I just watched the first Omen the night before. So I was in a mood for something spooky. Creepy, ain't it? It's creepy looking. Yeah. Upstairs there was like a... Yeah. Oh, just birds. No, birds. Heard birds.
Oh shit, someone from that. Oh, that was your 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Wait, bro, there's no more. There was a cabinet here.
Someone snatched it.
Yeah. Unless it's that one, bro. Yeah, it is that. It's that one. There's a dead mouse in there. Holy shit, people are animals, bro. This shit was not broken, bro.
They had a rage fest here, bro. You wanna go ahead? I'm gonna be slow because I'm taking video and photo.
Oh, look at these. What's it called again? Those. Tapes?
Cassettes, cassette tapes.
What have we taken?
There was a lot to explore in this small house. From what I could tell, the people that lived here definitely left in a hurry, or something happened that made them leave all their things here. maybe my favorite from that day. I really enjoy how prominent the color orange is in this image, without it being overwhelming. I feel somewhat trapped here, and also it's strange to find a ladder positioned outside a room. It just makes me wonder what happened here. Rocky, come here, buddy. A couple of days later, I took my camera with me as I walked Rocky at this forested park nearby. I didn't really expect to take any interesting photos that night, but surprisingly, I was able to get one that stuck out to me. It's pretty. Well, it's just trees, but it's more the fact that I was able to get an image from such a dark hour. The sun was already setting, and being underneath the fall trees didn't provide any good lighting. But we got something, and the colors are beautiful. So I'm not mad. Rocky, leave it. This was the last time I went out during October, so I decided to end it off with exploring a few locations near the lake with some friends, because going alone would probably be a terrible mistake.
It's like a tunnel though.
It's a room.
Gonna be more direct, like the light.
Nah, but it works. It's good enough. This is also one of those places where I realized that maybe face masks are needed with the amount of harmful materials lying around. I feel like we should definitely have brought some masks.
Yeah. I feel like I'm bringing a lot of shit.
Yeah, I don't think this. You heard that?
Yeah. I mean, it could be a deer like that one time. I put the deer used to be the cookie. There's a bathroom in there.
Yeah, don't touch anything, dude.
Should we go in there?
You want to go in there?
I'll go first.
Oh, it's one of those doors.
Oh, this is a ladies' bathroom.
What do you know?
Ladies right there.
Oh.
Does it live here?
I'm
There's
good.
definitely some type of mold in here, bro, because it's a bathroom.
Another example of me using artificial light. This picture isn't anything major, but this other one is. I did the same thing, but I felt that switching to a cooler color would best suit the setting, and it did. This feels like something off OK Lou's Choke Enough record. Like the art style, at least. Pan. T Christ.
What the
Oh, it said Antichrist, but someone put a P.
Yeah.
The music videos.
Oh shit! This could be a music video. Hey, look them now. What's on the thing?
I have a feeling I know what it means.
It means like.
Eventually moved on next door to this abandoned garage, and this is the part where we realized that maybe this location was hazardous.
We just died.
We just died. Dude, I have like a GoPro setup basically like this. Like my body cam.
Oh, yeah.
Who texted me, bro?
No.
You guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Is this it? There's nothing else.
Oh,
That was it, yeah.
oh, bro, session.
I didn't really get anything special here, but I did really bang my head. Oh shit! Fucking. Do I have stuff in my face?
No.
You have stuff on your back though.
Really?
Yeah. Our second location was this almost hidden area by the lake. As you can see, we decided to walk through some trees to get to it. And this side is a big hint to our decision. So there's a fence. We could probably go on this tree. Hold up. Careful. It's slippery. This is cool, huh?
Dude, imagine go-karting. Bro, imagine drifting on that corner.
This from that one spot that Abby got.
Yeah.
Does it say it's like an abandoned house?
It says like an abandoned like little building. Doesn't really say bunker. It looks like a bunker though. Dude, this is the spot, bro. Wow, look at the fucking view, bro. That's insane, dude. You can go over there. I really love this one. The rich colors pop out so well. I also began to see the pros and cons with this lens I was using, which I haven't mentioned yet. This is Nikon's 43 to 86 millimeter 3.5. Truly such an underrated vintage lens. And also, like, solid build quality. I mean, it looks broken, but it's not. It's just the filter that it came with. This lens also produces one of my favorite bokeh shapes as far as lenses go. And the colors are soft but rich and that give off that natural grain from these old lenses. The reason I got this lens is because I wanted something tighter and something that gives off a medium format look. And while it's obviously not that, it's not perfect, it does the job well, and it at least makes me happy with how the images come out. You'll see plenty of videos of this lens online, so I highly recommend picking one of these up because it's super cheap. You can get a mount, slap it on your camera, and just have fun. And there's like a funny thing to point out. I don't own a single Sony lens. Like I bought this after I sold my Nikon, but most of the lenses I have are Nikon lenses because I love Nikon ergonomics. Like this is solid. So hit on that. Like there's one right here. Like I'm not even kidding. Like this is 28 to 75, I think it was. Yeah. Oh no, 28 to 105. This is got this one for like $40 at a thrift store. Like you won't find that.
Yeah, that'd be really bad.
Now I didn't get any footage of this night, but I did get a few photos of my friends I was happy with. The well-known salt factory in our town is truly a national treasure, and by that I mean everyone in this town has at least heard about it. So you know I had to mess around lighting-wise to get a certain look that matched this location. That was it. On this night, I felt like most of the photos I was taking weren't even during the night, which isn't mostly right. There are a handful so far, but there's also the same amount taken during the day. And this is when I realized that maybe this project has the wrong idea. There is a goal. The thing is, I'm translating it incorrectly. Which leads me back to earlier in this video where I talk about the title. To be quite honest with you guys, I didn't really know what to call this project when I first started it. I mean, I knew it was going to be a continuation of the previous project, When the Sun Comes Down. And it is. There is a lot of improvement as far as my technique and art style have evolved. So then I realized that incorrectly continuing this project was probably the best part of this video. I was working with new gear and I also wanted to go back to where I started. However, I wanted to cover more than just the nights. And I'm glad I was able to accept a few images I got during the night. I forgot that moving slowly is my friend, and being patient leads to me getting my best photos. I would rather have one beautiful photo than 20 okay photos. This image is actually two combined in one. I really wanted to get the lit signs, but since they were brighter than everything else, I had to take two photos for the shadows and the highlights. I should have gotten one for the midtones, but I didn't think about it when I was there in the moment.
He's really like private when it comes to his personal life.
The next day, my friend and I went to explore an abandoned barn near the highway. It was a rainy day, so I thought some gloomy shots would be nice. Especially with the fall leaves scattered around. I love how the footage looks here. The flares are beautiful. They're actually welcoming rather than the usual annoyance. Now we move inside to the belly of the beast. Have you guys ever seen Adventure Time? I mean, you guys been seeing me hold this Lego Finn. But there was this episode early in the series where Finn and Jake try saving these like party bears inside this like monster's belly, and this whole time they're like, "You guys gotta go. We gotta leave this area because the monster's literally about to poop. Like, he's about to digest these bears living here." And the bears just wouldn't leave. Like, they just kept partying, and I don't know what that has to do with the video, but I just want to talk about that. I think I want to be inside a monster's belly. Is that wrong to say? Haley Williams smirk face. Guys, I love this shot. I mean, it's like I'm hearing a song being written here by Ethel Cain. Eventually, we made our way out, and I struck this photo. So much wood. How has this place not burned down? Now, around this time, I began to realize that I've really had quite an adventure throughout this project. So many Pokemons were collected, so that is 2 thumbs up for me.
Maybe like a truck.
This is like one of those old 1910s, like 20 car.
Oh baby, sweet, sweet hazy blues and succulent notes of the night in Racine. Just when I thought I had enough, I get spoiled with another good photo. Very good composition with the road rising and his building with the red line text sitting behind a smooth Lexus and some lens flares from my 43mm.
Great.
And just like that, the night needs to be put to rest, so I decided to shoot my last few photos before the snow melted.
Pretty rock solid. What if you just? Maybe you see a car go.
on your side.
Shooting shit.
I don't usually take photos of well-lit buildings at night, but I felt just this once was okay. I have a strict rule when it comes to shooting long exposures ever since my last video on them, not to shoot near bright sources of light or they will ruin your photo. So I stick to shooting where light paints over my subject or whatever I want to shoot. This is so I can compensate for my shutter time, creating a balanced exposed image. In this case, I used the bright light behind me from a building to light these vehicles covered in snow. This image created what I think is a nostalgic, somewhat soft and warm feeling. Now, before I finish the video, I wanted to end it on a special moment. I just shot the moon, technically a full moon, and it will be, I think, you guys probably can't hear me, but according to NASA, it's gonna be the last. December 4th marked the last supermoon of the year, the cold moon. So I thought it would be nice to try capturing it. I'm no astrophotographer, so don't come in here in the comments saying, what are you doing? You know, I shot the moon with the skills I have, okay? Yeah, I'll show you guys too. Look at it. You probably can't see it though. But it's there. Here it is, filling a night sky. It's really, really beautiful. And here it is, fully visible. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed me messing around and trying to find this project's purpose. I'm also selling prints on my website. Nothing crazy, out of the ballpark, stuff like that. But if there is a photo that I've taken and you would like for me to print out into a physical print, shoot me a text on Instagram or email me on my website. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. I hope to release more videos on photography, maybe some films, and some more band work for artists and stuff like that. Adios.